have been like this because as far as baseball is concerned, the attendance has been up for the last 3 years. The World Baseball Classic ratings were good. The semifinals between USA and the Dominican was the highest rated WBC game ever. That was Sunday night. And then you fast forward it to when they played the finals against Venezuela. 10.784 million people watched this. 10.2 was the average for the NBA Finals when you looked at all the games that they played.
It's impressive.
But 10.784 for the WBC. This is why they love this thing. That's why they're talking about playing this thing in the middle of the season, like around the All-Star break, so you don't have the pitch limits. I'm telling you, you're still going to have them.
Yeah, but I don't know how enthusiastic the players are about that. I know I probably wouldn't be. Not during the season.
But as far as pitch limits, you will see, still will see that because other teams will be in the race. Like, all right, you're going to see just as many pitch limits as you have, but they got something here. It's the most watched WBC telecast ever. You knew the ratings would be even a little bit better, and I was really shocked on the semifinal game how good they were at over 7 million, 7.3 million, because it was on FS1. It wasn't over-the-air television like on Fox, like the championship game, which usually you get that little bit of a boost, which they did, about 3 million more people, but it was, for all the marbles. But it was fun to watch. It was fun to dive in and watch the WBC. I enjoyed it. I liked seeing all those superstars. Team USA was just absolutely loaded up and down. You looked at that lineup. It was fun seeing Bobby Witt and what he was doing defensively. It was fun seeing, what Sal Perez did throughout the tournament, Michael, Vinny, all those guys. It was a Royals thing. And, yes, Andy Rogers from MLB.com was a guest of Vern there, and they were talking about, the Royals on the national stage.
Yeah.
This helps. This helps. Because Bobby Witt Jr., you get a lot of run, of course, because he's one of the best players in baseball, but it takes another step forward. Everybody's playing the video game and stuff. They wanted to be Bobby on the field and what they said, but it does bring up that kind of Q rating for Bobby Witt Jr., which I think is great because the guy's one of the superstars of baseball, and people really, fantasy baseball players all know him. AL Central fans all know about Bobby Witt Jr. And I know most people know when they think of the Royals, they still think of Sal Perez. But Bobby Witt Jr., who's finished 4th and 2nd in the MVP the last 2 years, he's led Major League Baseball in hits the last 2 years. He deserves the shine coming to him. Baseball just didn't get the run that other sports does. So hopefully this elevates Bobby Witt Jr. even into another level.
Yeah, especially with what he did on the defensive side of the ball. Some of those defensive plays he made, he looked like the best player on the field, which was amazing. Like you said, he's already a national name, but this certainly kind of grew that spotlight a little bit for him. But not just for him, for the Royals too, right? With Michael Garcia being the MVP, Salvi, just everyone loves Salvi, man. How heartwarming was that? Seeing his interview after them winning and how emotional he was. We get that here in Kansas City a lot, Salvi Splash and, how emotional he can be after big wins and stuff. So it was good to see on a national level, people get to be able to experience that
just
too.
The respect for the game and what guys that came before him
how hard he
it.
works. Yeah.
And it's a guy that's seen it all. He was here with the rise of the Hosmers and Moose and these guys, for the minor leagues and getting up to Kansas City and
roller coaster of a career, man, with the Royals.
Going to Game 7 in 14, winning it all in 15. Then, the lean years from the Royals still there, still playing. And then, boom, he's on the rise again with the Bobby Witt Jr. and Vinny coming up. Michael Garcia now as he's done that little name change. Royals seem to do that quite a bit, the old name change that we have.
Yeah, is that a thing? I don't know why.
Remember Adalberto Mondesi when he switched it from Raul Mondesi to Adalberto? Yeah, it's Michael now. I know the text line was pointing that out. They said it's Michael, not Michael. Verton called him both.
It's Michael. It was Michael.
But Verton called him both.
Yeah.
And it's tough to get used to, but he did say Michael. But it's tough when you just find this out through an interview when these people like Andy Rogers and Vern have interviewed him a million times and you don't hear the correct pronunciation because they really say, just like Sal Perez is actually Sal Perez. But they don't make a big deal of
Sanchez,
I call you Sanchez.
That's right.
I get it right.
I like it.
And it's funny because whenever we have a different guest on, we'll hit the interview, hit YouTube. And they do screw it up on YouTube sometimes with the announcers. The best are like the interviews. Like the pro prospects that are getting interviewed. by someone on campus because they're going to get the name right.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
standing here today, blah, blah, blah. I play on, and they say the player's name so you can kind of get it right at that point.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I liked Michael better. It was it was a little more unique. It had a little bit better of a ring to it. Mike just sliding in as Michael now. You're just like every other Michael, but teach their own.
Well, it definitely makes me excited about Royals baseball. I mean, the World Baseball Classic.
Yes. Oh,
I mean, you
yes.
saw the list.
This
I
hyped
mean,
me up
number
big
one
time.
in hits. I mean, they were as a group, the Royals with all the different teams. They were top 3 in almost every major category in the WBC. It was. I got texts from people that from the media that live in other parts of the country, and they kept talking about the WBC Royals. I was like, yeah, man, this is what we get to see, man.
Man, the Royals just represented across the board between Salvi and then we go to the Italian team, right, with Cags and Pasquantino. Like the Royals were just scattered throughout that entire series, and that was how amazing was that. That really, and I'm not a big baseball guy, you know that, but that honestly that raised the bar for me going into this season for the Royals to see how much freaking talent they have, man. Like
I really enjoyed
there's
that
big expectations for this season.
The 2017 team. Eric Hosmer was the first baseman on that. They won it all. Like Eric Hosmer, so he goes from world champion in 2015, wins it all in 2017, and now he's a broadcaster for the Royals, and then the other part, MLB Network, because he really dipped his feet into it during the postseason last year, and of course he knocked it out of the park on TV, and you're like, all right, this is kind of where he needs to be, explaining the game as he does. NCAA tournaments going on, of course. We've got you covered with the scores as well. Tournament coverage and the scores brought to you by Busey Bank, the official bank of the Big 12. And we had some upsets starting. I enjoyed last night, to be honest with you, the first 4.
Yeah, that was good.
I mean, I didn't dive into it as much the first night, of course. Other things having to be going on.
But you had
like
to watch
the,
that Miami of
WBC.
Ohio game last night. I mean,
but the Miami of Ohio, I
You had
watched
to.
it. And 46 3-pointers they shot. Team from the MAC.
I know you're a Big Mac guy.
Well, I am.
You like your Big Macs.
Mainly in football, but I get it. They had one loss. And, they had all that pressure on them all year. They had these buzzer beaters at the end, but they had the pressure to keep winning. And then they get over 30 wins, and they had just the one loss. And then the question is, do they deserve to be in the tournament? Because people said they didn't deserve, but they had problems scheduling teams earlier in the year as well. And people didn't want to see, they kind of doubted Miami, Ohio. And a lot of fans wanted to see it because that's what the NCAA tournament's about, is about the upsets and upstart teams. You have over 30 wins in Division I baseball or basketball, you got to be in the tournament.
Yeah.
So I'm glad they put them in. Now, it was disrespectful because they put them in the first 4 where they had the win. But the funny thing is, that was a chip on your shoulder game because SMU had one too. Because everybody was saying SMU didn't deserve to be in. There wasn't as much, crying as far as first 4 out, last 4 in, that kind of thing with this tournament.
Yep.
But as far as that, so Miami of Ohio is moving on. Today, the finals, TCU, the 9th seed, beat Ohio State, 66-64. Louisville beat South Florida 83-79 in a 6-11 match in the East. Vandy 78, McNeese 68 in the South region as well. And big upset here, but it happens every time. You always pick that 12-5 upset. It happens all the time. It happened again. High Point. Alex Gold. There's a picture of Alex Gold from their they were down at the ITAP.
In the jersey, that's right.
And they'll be watching the games there again tomorrow. Drew had on the Wisconsin jersey because they were the 5th seed. Alex Gold was wearing the High Point, I'm sure, to get underneath Drew's skin.
Yeah.
And 83-82, High Point wins.
They controlled most of that game, man.
They did. Arkansas beats Hawaii 97-78. Nebraska 76, Troy
Big
47.
win for them, huh?
A 4-13 matchup.
How amazing is that? Their first NCAA. How is that even possible?
They were 0-8 before. Not a ton of games, just 8.
That's ridiculous.
It's one of the surprising things, but that was Nebraska. It's High Points too, first NCAA win. But you think of Nebraska,
yeah,
Big Ten. That was
right.
that was the first NCAA tournament win. So congratulations to the Cornhuskers. Michigan State had no problem in the 3-14 matchup against North Dakota State, 92-67. Duke in Siena, the 1-16.
That was a close, but look, Siena had them down about 3/4 of that game.
By
and
13.
they lost control at the end.
They lost control at the end. The good teams, kind of find a way to win at the end. But Duke did get a scare from a 16. Duke wins 71-65 in that. And as far as games going on right now, not a great slate of Thursday evening basketball. North Carolina is up 56-37 on VCU. Michigan, Vern said I'd talk some Michigan basketball. Well, here you go, Vern. Michigan 50, Howard 42, 31 seconds left in the first. BYU in Texas, and a great game. That's probably the best game of the evening slate. Texas, the 11th seed. BYU, the number 6. Texas with a 3-point lead. Still about over 4 minutes left in the first half. Texas A&M 26-22 over St. Mary's. Still about 4:30 left in this game. Later tonight, Pennsylvania, Illinois. St. Louis and Georgia. That'll actually be a pretty good game.
That's
the
good.
8-9 matchup at 8:55. Kennesaw State versus Georgia at 9 o'clock tonight.
Gonzaga. Yep.
And then Houston, Idaho. I have Houston actually in the final
those
four.
last two games look like
Houston, Idaho at 9:10 on True TV. You found True TV yet?
Yeah, this is about the only time of the year I do. Otherwise, what is it? Impractical Jokers is pretty much all they play at this point.
What time of year I watch it?
This is the only time I watch it.
Only time True TV gets watched. I'm surprised they haven't gone to all streaming services for some of these.
Yeah,
which is a pain in the butt to get in
time.
it, then get out of it, and get in. It's a complete.
That's why I have YouTube TV. It might be a little pricey, but I get all the games. That 4-screen kind of situation there that they have is perfect. I love it.
Well, regardless, I am getting real excited for the Royals, and I do every Thursday, listening to Vern's enthusiasm about this team, and then you watch the WBC, and it's going to be right in front of you.
It's a good warm up, man. That was an excellent appetizer.
Oh man, great stuff there. But the NCAA tournament going on tonight. Make sure you go down to ITAP with Drew's down there. So Drew's down there, Cody and Alex. So Drew's actually down there
10
with
to
them
2 tomorrow.
as
10
well.
to 2.
They'll be there 10 to 2 tomorrow. So that's going to be fun as well. We're going to, of course, talk some NFL draft.
Of course. Why not?
Tonight,
Why
and
not?
we'll look at it tomorrow night too. We'll get into it pretty good. But we have draft specials coming up every single week in April. 3-hour draft specials in April every week. There's one. And then around the actual draft night, 6 hours live coverage.
You can't wait. Huh?
And then Saturday,
You can't
4
wait.
hours live coverage for rounds 4 through 7. Sunday, a 3-hour wrap-up show. And then Monday, a 3-hour wrap-up show. So there's going to be a lot of draft coverage.
Bank. It sounds excessive.
It doesn't, though, because we have to wait another year for it. But
the
Chiefs have 9 picks in the situation. So 913-586-7965 is our phone number. The J Southland Tow Service text line, 913-586-7965. I'll keep you updated on scores as well later tonight. But Brett Veach, a story by Borgonzi, the GM now of Tennessee. You know the old debate that always goes on, Julio? Who's the one who found Mahomes? Was it Dorsey, the current GM at the time, or was it the scout, Brett Veach? Well, Borgonzi tells a Veach story. Play that for you next.
You're listening to After Hours, brought to you by AB May. Trust AB May to keep your home warm. For 0% interest for 72 months on select heating and cooling systems, call 913-732-9993 today. This is your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5, The Fan.
Hey, it's Rex here with Rex Buys KC. I get it. Selling your house can sometimes feel overwhelming or scary, right? I've seen it too many times. A homeowner thought they had a deal, only to have the buyer back out at the last minute. That's not how we do business at Rex Buys KC. I'm local, I know Kansas City, and I make sure every deal actually closes like it's supposed to. No hidden fees, no showings, no last-minute surprises, just a fair cash offer and a process you can count on. We buy homes in any condition and judgment-free. So whether your house needs repairs or you just want a fast, hassle-free sale, we can make it happen. If you want certainty, transparency, and someone local who actually delivers, call 816-330-6000 or visit rexbuyskc.com. Rex Buys KC, helping people make smart choices one home at a time. 816-330-6000 or rexbuyskc.com.
Your reputation matters. That's why so many landscape professionals choose Gravely. Right now, during the Gravely Mow the Distance sales event, you can save up to 20% on Gravely commercial mowers. Built to perform day after day, so you can deliver the results your clients expect. Work hard, mow with Gravely. It's the Gravely Mow the Distance sales event, March 19th through the 29th. Visit your local Gravely dealer today.
Hi, I'm John Ray, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. Getting engaged? So friends, listen up. Shane Company engagement rings are protected with our all-inclusive free lifetime warranty. We stand behind the same quality we've offered since 1929. Our rings are crafted to last. It's why our warranty is the only one that protects your center stone. We also cover repairs, resizings, cleanings, and so much more. That's money you keep for you and your family. Because a friend always has your back. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Low testosterone can be a real problem for many men. It causes poor sleep patterns, decreased energy, low sex drive, and it makes it really hard to stay in shape. And as we all know, a healthy body is very important to our overall health and well-being. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and if some or all of these symptoms sound like you, we can likely help you be done with low T. We can also help you lose weight, support your metabolism, improve your gains in the gym, and more with our new targeted body composition plans featuring GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1s, PDA, and more. Our low T protocols, applied in conjunction with our body composition plans, will help most men see real improvements, true weight loss, higher energy, improved sleep, stronger workouts, and a renewed sex drive as well. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on treatment the same day, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com.
Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
There's nothing like the sound of Royals baseball. When the boys in blue take the field, loyal fans tune in, turn it up, and stay connected. And where do Kansas City's most passionate sports fans gather? Right here on 96.5 The Fan. Sports fans are loyal fans. They support the teams they love and the businesses that support their team. If you're ready to grow your business and connect with a dedicated, engaged audience, call 816-522-0444 or email greg.bergen@odyssey.com. That's greg.bergen@odyssey.com.
I stopped smoking with Mark Patrick's hypnosis when nothing else worked. 1 year later, my wife Michelle and I attended the Mark Patrick Weight Loss Hypnosis Seminar. In 2 months, lost 43 pounds, and she lost 18 pounds.
And we feel great. Join Mark Patrick Hypnosis and lose the weight or stop smoking. Only $59.99 guaranteed or your money back. Hypnosis, Wednesday, April 1st at the Wingate by Wyndham, Kansas City. Formerly Sure Stay Plus by Best Western in Kansas City. Lose weight hypnosis, 5:30 p.m. Stop smoking hypnosis, 8 p.m. Sign up at markpatrickseminars.com.
Hey guys, it's Rob Brenton from The Drive on 96.5 The Fan. We're excited to launch Beyond the Pitch KC, a limited podcast series documenting the run-up to the World Cup with our friends at 98.1 KMBZ.
And I'm Scott Parks from Dana & Parks. This is about Kansas City, not about soccer. Telling the story of how our town ended up hosting the world's biggest sporting event.
New episodes drop every Wednesday starting on March 4th, plus video clips on 96.5 The Fan and KMBZ social channels.
Subscribe to Beyond the Pitch KC on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome back to After Hours. Jay Binkley, Julio Sanchez producing the operation. How much are you looking forward to the World Cup coming to Kansas City, Julio? You find any kind of work to do during that?
No, I haven't really. It's been slim pickings, but either way, I'm excited. And you know what? I kind of want to go as a fan. I'm going to go to at least one game, I think.
Well, you always did. You always did with the soccer here in town.
Yep. It's always been I grew up playing. 18 years I played. So
through the last decade.
That's right.
You've kind of always been on that beat.
That's right. Yeah. No, I'm very excited. Everyone should be excited. I mean, this is a potentially a once in a lifetime, opportunity.
I'm sure the bars and restaurants and airport will. I'm sure it'll enjoy the cash coming in from the 4 base camps.
Very good for Kansas City.
Oh yeah,
very good. Yeah. And we got some good games, some good lineups coming in, some good teams. So it's good. It's a good thing, man.
Yeah, it's good. It's funny because you think of. I mentioned it the other night. Derek Jeter, he was talking to Michael Garcia there. Does it remind you of Kansas City? Because For all the
Track
Miami
question.
phones going to the deal.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. It's a different Kansas City, man. It is. I mean, yes, you've had Sporting win. You've had the Royals win the World Championship in 15. You've had 3 Chiefs Super Bowls since then. You've had the NFL draft. Now you have the World Cup. There's no – Kansas City's the epicenter. They led the nation in TV ratings for the WBC. This town is doing just fine.
We love our sports, man. We love our sports.
It doesn't need the little knocks on it, little knocks on it here and there. You don't kind of need that anymore.
Yeah, we don't have any mountains around here to climb. We don't have any beaches. We don't. We have sports.
This is not your daddy's Kansas City.
That's right.
This is not your daddy's Kansas City.
We have some great sports teams here.
Yeah, just always know that it's not your daddy's Kansas City. What do you consider the biggest? I don't know. Debated topic in Kansas City when it comes to the Chiefs, or I would just stick with the Chiefs. Like the always constant thing that sits out there, the chicken or the egg type of argument. I think it's who picked Mahomes. Was it Dorsey? Because that goes round and around. That argument, was it Dorsey? Was it Veach on the scouting end? Dorsey does get let go before he even has Mahomes play for a year. He was let go that summer. They kept Andy Reid, let him go. They elevated Brett Veach to GM, but it's an argument that always goes on. And to be honest with you, I kind of sit with neither, to be honest with you. Well, Peter Schrager was NFL Network. Now he's ESPN, but now ESPN owns NFL Network, so he's back to well, he's still at ESPN, but they're kind of one and the same at this point. He had Mike Borgonzi on, the he's in the Chiefs front office. Now he's the GM of the Tennessee Titans, and he gave a Brett Veach, Patrick Mahomes story. Can we end this argument right here? I don't think so.
Scouting Mahomes, what is your memory of the Mahomes scouting process?
The first time, me and Veach sat in this back room in Kansas City, and it was just me and him. And I actually sat in this little office that used to keep beta tapes in. So they cleared out the beta tapes, and there was no windows in there, right? So I sat in that office, and right next door to me was this big scouting room that our college scouts would come in and use. But of course, they were only there a few times a year. So Veach was at this big wooden desk. We used to call it Hank Stram's desk because so we would just yell over at each other, so he's like, Borgo, come over, whatever he was watching. I'd have to come up. What is it? He was watching this. LaRaven Clark was a tackle for Texas Tech.
I remember him, Texas Tech, LaRaven Clark, sure.
And that's who he was watching. And then he started to, see this quarterback. He's like, wow, look at this throw. And Veach is always big with the videos and stuff on his phone. So he starts filming it, starts shooting it over to Andy. And, Andy's probably like, dude, it's May right now. Slow down. But he was relentless with it. We had to keep it, as quiet as possible for, through the whole fall. But we pretty much knew, I think, during the fall that where we were going with the pick. The night of the draft, we were all on pins and needles just trying to get up there. And then we finally, found a trade partner with Buffalo at 10. There was some rumors that we were trying to trade up. And I think we might have leaked out that we were trading up for a linebacker that night. Some people took the bait on that one.
Idiots ran with it, probably me. Yeah.
So some people took the bait. Again, only believe half of what you hear. Oh, they're moving up for a linebacker. No, they're moving up for a franchise quarterback that's going to go to 5 out of 7 Super Bowls and win 3 of them. That's what they're going to do. But he's in that room with Veach. Veach was a scout at the time. He wasn't the GM. That was John Dorsey. But this is all the stories you've heard about Brett Veach, right? He'll find a guy, and then he inundates Andy Reid with the film. Hey, watch this guy. Look what he did. Watch this guy. He's sending the clips over to Andy Reid. You've heard this many times, even like Kareem Hunt and stuff when he was back at Toledo, as far as watching some action, seeing this guy at Toledo run over people and Kareem Hunt, and you've always, heard those stories. So that was before that fall football season began. That was back in May, the May before the last one. So they had their eyes on Mahomes for quite a while. And keep in mind, they had their eye on getting his contract set up even before he'd even played a snap when he kind of redshirted behind Alex Smith. So that was interesting about how, he was on Brett Veach's radar from the very beginning. And that's what he does when he really likes a player. He lets it be known with the head coach. I fall in this category, Julio, and I've said it before. I honestly think, yes, I think Veach was real instrumental in it. And, of course, we talked to Mahomes' agent at the time, Lee Steinberg, still is, one of his agents. And he said that Veach was blowing up his phone, during the draft and stuff before they selected him, but he kept blowing up his phone. Lee Steinberg said that Brett Veach was doing that. Yes, Veach probably put him on his radar, Andy Reid's, but I still contend that was Andy Reid's pick over anything else. Yes, you can watch the film of him, but he has a chance to sit down and talk to him, like with Deshaun and with Patrick Mahomes, and you bring him into the building, the facility, you get a chance to talk to him throughout. You got to be careful, though, because you don't want everybody to know you want said player. So everybody thought they were going to go out for a linebacker at that point. But, again, I don't think anything gets moved as far as a quarterback without one Andy Reid having the final say-so on which quarterback that's going to be. It's his reputation. It's going to be his reputation alone for can he develop that quarterback. It's going to be his lasting legacy in the NFL. And now, of course, we know what the legacy is. He's number 2 all-time in postseason wins because they had one win in 22 years with Alex Smith. They won 2015. They won a playoff game. And then they didn't win again until Mahomes. Mahomes has won 17. 17. This town went 22 years without winning a playoff game. Well, he's won 17.
And we've also heard, we've got to give Veach even more credit with, helping Mahomes to impress Andy with giving him, from some other stories we've heard, giving him answers to some of the tests beforehand, talking to Andy Reid. So, that just further shows how much he really did believe and want to draft Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, from the text line from the 816, it was clearly both of them. Dorsey has to, make the pick. He's got to be the one to, talk to Buffalo and make the trade with the Buffalo Bills. So they all had their hands.
And you got to give him credit for sliding ahead of New Orleans, because how many times have we heard Sean Payton say, if we didn't draft him, they were planning to draft him.
Yeah. So clearly the GM had to be on board with it.
Yeah.
Now, was the scout, does he deserve credit? Because Brett Veach did a lot of scouting in Philly. He actually was elevated to SEC scout when he was with the Eagles. Comes to Kansas City, did the same thing, with the SEC players, and he branched out to other players here in Kansas City with Mahomes being in the Big 12. So he did do that. And, of course, Kareem Hunt coming out of the MAC. But don't get me wrong. Andy Reid, he's not taking a quarterback he doesn't believe in. And he's not taking a quarterback he can't sit up late at night and think about the plays that he's going to run with him. Because his whole reputation was going to be based on what he did with Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, well, let's just hope, that all that effort and that eye that he had for drafting Patrick Mahomes kind of flows into this year's ninth pick.
Bring the magic. Bring that magic. Bring
Lord
the magic.
knows we need. Speaking of talking about the smokescreen stuff with the linebackers, isn't that what they're doing here with this whole drafting a tackle situation at 9?
Well, I think there's some of that. They can't use a Jeremiah Love smokescreen anymore.
Yeah.
That kind of blows out the window when you sign Ken Walker. That kind of changes things as far as Jeremiah Love is concerned. Some people still think he's going to get him. Some people still think Jeremiah Love can come to Kansas City. I'm like, no. This isn't the Bijan Robinson, Tyler Algier situation in Atlanta with, better running backs, of course, being the situation. I like Tyler Algier a lot, but it's not the same as Ken Walker. And if you had
don't
a Jeremiah
spend the
Love.
9th overall pick on a running back after signing the number 1 free agent running back and Super Bowl MVP. So
you can make people think you are,
clear
though.
About that. I suppose that you're an idiot if you're taking that bait.
Well, the funny thing is, at the combine when Veach, because he always kind of gives a nugget. I think we can draft a running back in the 7th round or get one undrafted and go for about 1,000 yards or whatever. It was Isaiah Pacheco, right? That was that year, but he always gives that one nugget. And he kind of did this year, too, and he's talking about explosive running backs. This team needs an explosive running back. Well, they got one of the most explosive running backs in the NFL. The best guy at explosive runs in free agency, Ken Walker, ended up being a Kansas City Chief. But that was just, a financial deal. You didn't have to go through the draft to get him. I still think Jeremiah Love could be a nice piece if he slides. And, some are thinking that he's going forward to Tennessee. The Jeremiah Love could go there. Pollard's still there. And then you got Washington drafted, coming up after them. The Giants are right after Tennessee.
Yeah, I don't think they draft.
They have Scattaboo. And, of course, with Bill, Krosky Merritt, in Washington. If he slides in the top 10, because New Orleans just signed ETN.
Yep. Yeah, so he's not going there either.
Or Achane now, because he changed his name too.
Yeah.
And then Kansas City at 9. Could somebody, feasibly
I was
trade
say,
up?
We trade up? That might be a good reason for us to trade back.
It's not a quarterback this year. It's not a quarterback.
Right.
It could be Jeremiah Love if he's still there. That could be that piece if he doesn't go. Like for Kansas City fans, hope he slides. Hope he slides and hope he's still there at 9 so that somebody else at that point. because I truly believe the Chiefs, whether they pick at 9 or pick even at 16, they can still basically get the same player, to be honest with you.
Well, we need to go to break, but let me just say this: we're talking about one end of the spectrum of them trading back. We need to also discuss the potential of them trading up.
We'll talk about that and the top 25 mocks, the freshest mock list. I like to do this, see what direction people are thinking. It was all Jeremiah Love there, 14 out of 25 before. Times have changed. We'll discuss that next.
You're listening to After Hours, brought to you by AB May. Trust AB May to keep your home warm. For 0% interest for 72 months on select heating and cooling systems, call 913-732-9993 today. This is your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Hey, it's almost Andy Reid. Is your garage door dropping the ball? Get a free repair or replacement quote from Renner Garage Door. Renner is America's oldest family-owned garage door company that serves both wholesale and retail markets. Right now, get $100 off a new garage door when you mention this ad. With trusted brands like Delden, Amar, and LiftMaster, you know it's built to win. Renner's also hiring experienced techs and installers. RennerDoor.com.
RENNER. Coming to Kansas City, the NAIA Men's College Basketball Championship. 16 teams, 15 games, 6 days, 1 national champion. The NAIA Men's College Basketball Championship at Municipal Auditorium, March 19th through 24th. Non-stop college basketball action at a ticket price good enough to bring the whole family. Get your tickets now at NAIAHoops.com.
Men, we all know how important sex is in a relationship, both for you and your partner. But erectile dysfunction ruins sex, which can often have serious impacts on your relationship as well. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and if ED is a problem in your life, you understand the impacts it has on you and the one you love. But I'm here to tell you that ED is a treatable condition, and almost without exception, you can have really good sex again. At Heartland Men's Health, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men with protocols that are effective in well over 90% of cases, which means if you're like most guys, good sex will be the norm. You could even last up to an hour or more and bring a level of intimacy for you and your partner that might just astound you both. It's time to have really good sex again. So call us. Just $99 gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. We have 3 offices: Overland Park, Independence, and North Kansas City.
There's nothing like the sound of Royals baseball. When the boys in blue take the field, loyal fans tune in, turn it up, and stay connected. And where do Kansas City's most passionate sports fans gather? Right here on 96.5 The Fan. Sports fans are loyal fans. They support the teams they love and the businesses that support their team. If you're ready to grow your business and connect with a dedicated, engaged audience, call 816-522-0444 or email greg.bergen@odyssey.com. That's greg.bergen@odyssey.com.
For nearly 100 years, Busey Wealth Management has helped families and businesses make smart financial decisions that stand the test of time. From personalized investment plans to tax strategies that work for you, we take a big picture approach, connecting you with the right experts to help protect what you've built and plan for what's next. Busey Wealth Management, here for every chapter of your financial story.
It's about time delivery worked on your schedule. Same day, next day, or scheduled in advance. However you plan it, the Home Depot delivers the whole job. From drywall to doors, plumbing to paint, we'll get it there when you need it. Because on the job site, timing is everything. You order, we deliver. It's that easy. The Home Depot Pro. It's about time.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing a best man speech, but getting one from some random +1.
I am honored to be standing here today, also confused and a little hungry. Does anyone want to switch entrees? Pretty sure I checked beef.
You wouldn't settle for just any speech, so don't settle for just any insurance. Get the real deal with State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome back to After Hours. Jay Binkley, Julio Sanchez. 913-586-7965 is the phone number. 913-586-7965. Jay Southland Tow Service text line. Still update you on scores as they're going on as well. By the way, sitting here watching North Carolina, they're up 70-59 right now with about 5:46 left in the second half here as North Carolina with a
someone's about
11-point
done.
lead. But you
Someone's
never know.
about done.
These games last forever, though. There's nothing worse than the last 30 seconds of basketball when you don't care. Now in the tournament, you care. What you didn't care is like the college football playoff selection shows when you had a meaningless game go an hour late. An hour. And pushing the playoffs completely off.
It's a bit much. And,
people can never time it right.
How about this another 116 matchup that is probably a little closer than it should? Michigan up 50-46 over Howard at halftime. That
Vern's team.
It's a little closer than I think Michigan fans would like it to be anyways at halftime.
First half, though. First half. We'll see what happens in the second half. Let's go to the phone lines. Let's go to James in Westport. What's up, James?
So nice to talk to you, Big. And the first round of the NCAA tournament, whatever. But I want to talk football.
That's right.
You're my brother.
That's fine. We'll talk some football for you, my friend.
Okay. Help me understand.
Julio's shaking his head. Julio agrees.
But if Mr. Love gets drafted, and I know great year, Notre Dame, blah, blah. If he's Jamal Charles, Priest Holmes, and he's a 12 to 1,400 yard back for the Chiefs, total enlightenment for Patrick Mahomes in the downfield game.
Yes. Go ahead. What's the but?
The but is I tried to do research on Google right before I called you, but didn't he have a crappy game against Penn State? Couldn't move the ball. What was that bowl game they played in? I think he had like 12 yards. He played against a defense that defended him. He went nowhere.
Well, didn't play Penn State this year. Now, if you want to go what he did this year, he started the season playing Miami. And
Miami shut him down.
Jadarian Price actually had a better game. His backup actually had a better game than Jeremiah Love did. But yes, when you look at the two best teams they played were number 1 and 2, the first 2 games of the year for him. The Miami game, he had 10 carries for 33 yards, only 3.3 per. He wasn't great against Miami, and this was a game where the running game is typically ahead of the passing game early on in the season. The following week, he played another playoff team in Texas A&M at home. He did have 94 yards rushing in that game, so a better game, but still he was under 100 yards against Miami and A&M, the two teams in the college football playoffs. Now, against Purdue, he had 157 yards. Woo! Against Arkansas, only had 14 carries for 57 yards. I mean, there was games like this. He had 228 against USC, but Price had a big game against USC as well. Had a huge game against Syracuse in a 70-7 win for Notre Dame. He had 171 yards.
But yeah, come on.
Game logs do matter.
Game. But all I want to tell you is it worth a top 10 pick in the NFL draft?
And that's the one thing about it. Being running backs, probably the only running back in the first round. We've seen, less and less running backs, get selected in the first round. Obviously, people forecast he's an incredibly athletic player. He's going to be probably a fine pro at this point. I like what the Chiefs did. You got a proven guy that breaks a lot of tackles in Ken Walker, and it's a sure thing. You know what he's going to do. This guy's a Super Bowl MVP. I think they made the right choice there. Now, Jeremiah Love is a stud, but I think the Chiefs need so many other things that they address. At least they addressed running back and free agency, where they opens up the draft for.
You don't have, just go ahead and draft a receiver. Try to find an edge or a D guy, but don't go safety. Don't go running back. Top 10s are worth way too much, and I'm not afraid of the right tackle because.
There's a lot of that. A lot of tackles. Forever. And those are the better tackles in this draft or in the right tackle situation. Thank you for the call, my friend. Thank you very much for the call. But I looked at the mock drafts, Julio. And, of course, last week, kind of a different situation. We started going more into this is a week ago. And out of the 25, like the 25 most recent ones, Mansour Delane, the cornerback from LSU, had six selections out of 25. Keep in mind, this was Jeremiah Love, 14 out of 25 usually before the Chiefs got Ken Walker, because, of course, things change, after free agency and all the mocks basically torn up at that point for what teams have predicting for mocks because of what teams did in free agency. That makes a lot of sense. The most accurate type of mock drafts usually come now after the combine, after free agency. You see what teams want. Spencer Fano, the right tackle from Utah, 4. Francis Muigoa from Miami, 5. So 9 selections there for right tackle. Now, that was a week ago. Now, the most current one from yesterday and today, offensive tackle, 10 of the selections. By far the leader in the clubhouse for the Chiefs. Edge had 5. Corner still had 6. Wide receiver only 3. Tight end 1. You can guess who that is, Kenyon Sadiq, who was the Chiefs' number 1 mock guy throughout the regular season. But Spencer had 5 of them. Francis had 4 of them. Mansour Delane, 4 of them as well. Those were the 3 leaders in the clubhouse. Ruben Bain actually had 3 from his slot. Carnell Tate, the wide receiver, had 3 as well. No Jordan Tyson's on here. No Malachi Lemons. None of that. I prefer
I'm
Malachi
glad.
Lemon. No, I'm not.
I'm glad.
You're a big Edge fan.
If that's how the board falls, yes, I am.
If the board what's the board sound like when it speaks?
It speaks like a defensive end.
Does it?
It speaks to me like a pass rusher is what it speaks to me.
Get to the quarterback.
That's correct.
It doesn't sound like that. It sounds catch the damn ball. Catch the ball.
Look, I will take a Carnell Tate any day. If he falls, absolutely. If we can land him at 9, I don't know that he's going to get past New Orleans.
It's just funny because, you know what? Not probably a true number 1 at the number 9 slot, and that's a big concern at this point as well. But the one thing, too, is I'm shocked that when I see these mocks and people sending their mocks, there's no receivers. It's like, who the hell do people think we have? The Chiefs have $9.9 million spent on their wide receiver room.
They haven't done anything in
year,
free agency.
Which, by the way,
they've done nothing in free agency. They re-signed
Tyquan.
That's it.
But it's last. It's dead last in the NFL in money spent on wide receivers. They don't have anybody, and you can't count on Rice. You just never know.
Well, that's why this whole tackle thing to me, this early in the draft process or this late, it's a smokescreen, man. There's no way all these people are putting the Chiefs as drafting a tackle. There's no way they actually draft a tackle.
I don't think it's as far-fetched as people think.
It's
because
not,
of John Taylor being released. Because you're putting a lot of eggs in the basket of Jalen Moore. And you're saying, all right, you got to be the dude because you can put Wanye there. So, yes, a right tackle of the future, because they hope they have it settled at left tackle with Simmons, at right tackle of the future. I don't think it's completely out of the question for the Chiefs because the right tackle is the position loaded as far as offensive alignment.
Does it need to be done at 9? Can it be done at what was it? 20? Pick 29? Like
probably.
I
think the second wave is really good as far as tackles. I think it's really good for edge, and I think it's really good at receiver. The top left tackle is Monroe Freeling from Georgia, and he was mixed in a few picks. He's picked. Seen him more and more with Kansas City Chiefs in this latest 25. He was just one of them. But I agree with you. We'll stay on this topic. 913-586-7965 is the phone number. I'm going to see if you soften your stance on wide receivers yet. We'll do that next.
You're listening to After Hours, brought to you by AB May. Trust AB May to keep your home warm. For 0% interest for 72 months on select heating and cooling systems, call 913-732-9993 today. This is your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
We've all been there. You wake up and your knees give you that not today feeling, and it's frustrating and exhausting. Honestly, it's unfair. Raise your hand if you're excited about feeling older faster than you should. Yeah, I didn't think so. Ongoing pain makes you feel way older than you actually are. QC Kinetics patients are getting relief, feeling younger, and jumping back into life at full speed without surgery. The medical professionals at QC Kinetics use the latest regenerative treatments backed by real science. They take the tiny, powerful healing tools already inside your body and concentrate them right where you need relief. The sooner you start, the sooner inflammation eases and joint damage slows down, because no one signs up for feeling older faster. Find out if you're a candidate. Your consultation's free. Call 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. QC Kinetics off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone. 816-412-6299.
There's nothing like the sound of Royals baseball. When the boys in blue take the field, loyal fans tune in, turn it up, and stay connected. And where do Kansas City's most passionate sports fans gather? Right here on 96.5 The Fan. Sports fans are loyal fans. They support the teams they love and the businesses that support their team. If you're ready to grow your business and connect with a dedicated, engaged audience, call 816-522-0444 or email greg.bergen@odyssey.com. That's greg.bergen@odyssey.com.
Join Mark Patrick Hypnosis and stop smoking now without cravings, irritability, weight gain, or your money back. Only $59.99 guaranteed. That's right. Don't just cut back. Stop smoking once and for all. Also, lose all the weight you want. Only $59.99 guaranteed with Mark Patrick Hypnosis. Let hypnosis destroy unwanted cravings, late day eating binges, boredom eating, stress eating, and lose the weight. Weight loss hypnosis, Wednesday, April 1st at the Wingate by Wyndham, Kansas City. Formerly Sure Stay Plus by Best Western in Kansas City, 5:30 p.m. Stop Smoking Hypnosis, 8 p.m. Sign up at markpatrickseminars.com.
Sex, intimacy, love. These three things are critical to a good relationship, and that's the problem with erectile dysfunction. It often destroys sexual enjoyment and intimacy. It stresses the love between partners, often to the breaking point. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and if you're suffering with ED, you likely know exactly what I'm talking about. But I also want you to know that ED doesn't have to impact your relationship anymore. At Heartland Men's Health, we're ED experts with our focus on men's sexual health. We've treated tens of thousands of men and have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases. I promise you, if you're like most guys, you can get your sex life back, perhaps even performing like you haven't in years. So if ED is affecting you, it's time to get back to better sex, better intimacy, and deeper love. Call us. Just $99 gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com.
There's a difference between liking a house and actually getting it. Redfin is built to make up that difference and close the gap between finding and owning the home for you. Redfin agents close twice as many deals as other agents, so when you find a home you love, you're not a step behind when it's time to make an offer. That means less watching great homes disappear and more focus on the ones you'll actually move into and call home. Redfin helps turn saved listings into real addresses. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/protect. That's ethos.com/protect. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Welcome back. After hours, Jay Binkley, Julio Sanchez producing the operation. North Carolina. This game suddenly tightened up. It tightened up a lot. This game was 70-56.
Beginning of last segment, I said this game is over.
You flip back over. It's not over. See, nothing is ever over, Julio. This is
guess.
It's basketball, man.
Madness.
It's
March
74-70. Still almost 2 minutes left in this game.
They had it down to a 2-point lead.
6-11, with VCU. I mean, you see this quite a bit. But yeah, North Carolina. I don't know what the hell happened. They were up 70-56.
They were starting to pee down their own leg is what was happening. We'll see.
Oh, man. First halves don't really matter. Just watch the second half.
I know.
Yeah. Because it'll lie to you. It's kind of like how the board speaks. I still think the board speaks wide receiver. I still think it's saying...
Is that what she's whispering in your ear?
You know what, though? Not as staunch, though, to be honest with you. If they went a different direction like that tackle... Could I be convinced into a Caleb Downs, something like that?
Smoke screen is getting you. Those smoke screens are getting
Well,
you.
I'm just saying. Or edge. If a certain edge is there. I'm not a Bain guy, so somebody beyond Bain, can they make edge work? I still like the second group. And getting picked 29 is so big for this team.
Huge.
And I honestly think that's going to be – it's more and more looking like that could be a corner, to be honest with you.
I
Gerard
agree.
McCoy that, went to the same high school as Mahomes. Not with Mahomes, but he's from White House, Texas as well. So many good options at corner for the Chiefs in that second
Well,
kind
I'm
of
feeling like
wave.
that's a good spot for them to move up to get the corner they want too.
And corner becomes, I know they brought in Coho from Miami who
Yeah,
got hurt
but-
last year, but he's more of a nickel slot
Yeah.
type guy. But you lose a Watson, you lose a McDuffie. Can I see the Chiefs going? Now, keep in mind, they have a lot of success in the mid-rounds with defensive backs, but they've had a little more time now. It's not like they had the Super Bowl to worry about.
I
Not
trust
like
them.
they had the playoffs to worry about. They could put a lot of their attention. I know the scouts are always looking at the next big thing, but now the coaching staff has always been pretty instrumental as far as even getting the defensive backs with Dave Merritt and Steve Spagnuolo, kind of who's their guys they really like. But Avion Terrell from Clemson, a name mentioned a lot. Colton Hood out of Tennessee mentioned in that second pick. I'm still team receiver, that first one. I am. They have nobody under contract next year. I know Tyquan's here for, quote, 2 years, but
Yeah.
that's a minimal contract. Warren Sharp just put out the receivers that had the toughest time getting open, and Tyquan Thornton was right on that list right there. I know he was kind of the down the field guy, but Rice, you never know. You want him to put a full season together, but with
gotta stay out
injuries
of
and
trouble
last
for
year
that.
was the suspension.
Yeah.
So I put him as a can't count on guy. Worthy should have taken a step forward. I do think that injury situation would happen and play
I
three
think
in
he
Brazil.
will this year. I'm a big believer that he will take a big step forward this year. I think with the injury happening, that for give him some time. I think he will take a big step forward this year.
But he's the one under contract for you. That's the one under contract, Xavier Worthy. Because you do get the fifth-year option with him, too, as well. But Worthy on year 3, because this is Rice's last year. I mean, if they don't extend him or do anything, Rice walks out the door. And then all of a sudden, you got Tyquan and Xavier Worthy under contract. So
Yeah,
the
but
wide receiver even gets a lot more thin for the Chiefs going forward if they don't address it now.
So there's 3 wide receivers that they're predicting the top 3 receivers to be drafted. Are you, other than Tate, you think the other 2 are worthy of being picked at 9? I think Tate probably is, but I'm not sure.
Honestly, if you slid back to 14, 15, you
That
probably
I'd be fine with that.
And Jordan Tyson's a guy I really like. The only problem is he missed over 40% of his
Say
games.
his health.
And
The health issue,
no one
man.
brings that up. They talk about Tyson, his athletic ability and stuff like that. They don't bring up the fact he missed 40% of his
It's a
games.
problem. It's a problem.
Yeah, availability is huge. You may draft a guy with good numbers and good athleticism, but if he's not playing for you on Sunday, it doesn't help. It doesn't help you beat man. It doesn't help you actually catch the football. It doesn't help the Chiefs putting the ball in the end zone if your guy is going to constantly miss those situations. I went Lemon and Tate because I think they're the best route runners in this draft. I think they have the best hands in this draft.
Did Lemon's whole whatever weird situation he had during that interview process
No.
kind of shy make you
He's
want
fine.
to shy away from him?
Off the field, there's relatively no character concerns with him. But Lemon dropped 3 passes out of 175 targets.
He's got great hands.
He's being, I like the Amon-Ra St. Brown. They both played at USC. I like that comparison a lot, and he's been compared a lot to him. Hell yeah, I would take a guy like that in the slot for the Kansas City Chiefs. I would take that with Mekhi Lemon. And the thing about receivers is you draft one, just like Ian Rappaport said, you want a receiver, it's right here. It's right here in Indy because this is your choices. Because free agency's not been kind to those wanting to be thrifty with money. Alec Pierce, who has never,
insane,
and I
That's
mean
insane.
ever,
What he got
had
paid.
more than 50 catches in an NFL season. He never even got the 50 catches in an NFL season. Just got $29
That
million.
was such a stupid contract by the
20,
Colts.
and he
That
would have
was so
commanded.
dumb.
He would have commanded more without giving the hometown discount. The Patriots were
It's
going to pay him
insane.
over 30. It looked like the Commanders probably would have too. He would have made over $30 million on the open market. Juwan Jennings still sitting out there, former 7th-round pick, at like $22 million a year. So again, if you're worried about the cap, up against, I know the Chiefs were able to free up some money, but they've also spent a lot of money through free agency as well. So it's not exactly as readily available as we think it is. So getting a receiver and getting team control and having a guy actually under contract beyond this year, very important for the Chiefs because remember, you still need to catch the ball. Don't want to hear you week 5, week 6. texting in at halftime to our text line because the receivers have 1 or 2 catches the whole first half because that typically happens. And then after the game, you say, well, it can't beat man. They're dropping the football. There's no one to depend on. If you didn't want a receiver in the draft, just remember that. If you didn't want that receiver in the draft, don't complain about him week 5, 6, and 7. Don't complain about Mahomes, the best quarterback you're ever going to see in Kansas City, not having weapons.
Yeah, but I'm to the point where I'm not sure I trust their development process when it comes to wide receivers at this point.
A receiver coach helps it. O'Shea does help that position.
Yes, 100%. I hope that's going to be the case this upcoming year. But like I said, previous history has shown that it's not been kind to them drafting wide receivers.
And again, we'll talk about it here in a minute, but Andy Reid's going to have to change course on it as well because he hasn't had the best track record with rookie receivers. I get it, like a Deshaun Jackson kind of broke through. Xavier had to catch 59 passes because Rice got hurt game 4. Hollywood Brown got hurt in the preseason. He had to step up. But he didn't blow you away. He didn't have over 700 yards at all.
By the way,
they didn't have a 1,000-yard receiver the last couple of years, haven't had a 1,000-yard runner. They haven't had that.
Quick update here. North Carolina with like 10 seconds left, 5-second call inbounding the ball. Ridiculous. And VCU just tied it up 75-75 with 8.1 seconds left.
I'll keep you updated on this one, and I'll go through all the scores, the ones currently played, the one played, the games played earlier. We'll do that when we come back. And I do want to address this wide receiver as well because our mock came out. Chris and I did our mock 2.0 after the Combine, the Character Concerns mock. We did that as well. So we'll tell you what we're thinking next. 913-586-7965 is the phone number.
You're listening to After Hours, brought to you by A.B. May. Trust A.B. May to keep your home warm. For 0% interest for 72 months on select heating and cooling systems, call 913-732-9993 today. This is your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Fast breaks, buzzer beaters, and block parties are back. And Underdog is the best place to get in on the action because you can make entries and win money right now in Missouri. Playing on Underdog is super easy. You're just going to choose whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like points, rebounds, steals, and more. Get those entries right, and you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. No better time than March to use Underdog. Plus, with ladders, streaks, pick'ems, and champions, so many different ways to get in on the action. Download the app today and use promo code TAPP, T-A-P-P, to score $50 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code TAPP, T-A-P-P. Underdog. Make plays, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Missouri. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms. _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-MY-RESET or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Xfinity Tech Support, Matthew speaking.
Hi, I live in a pretty remote place, like Jurassic Park remote. No!
Wow.
Will Xfinity Mobile work out here?
Yep, the combination of reliable Wi-Fi and 5G makes it so that you can stay connected in all kinds of places. Plus, you get access to ultra-fast speeds and coverage, whether you're poolside or out live streaming with a T-Rex.
Hold still, you're about to go viral.
Welcome to a new era of Wi-Fi boosted mobile. Cut your mobile bill in half with 2 lines of unlimited. Learn more at xfinitymobile.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Watch Jurassic Park with Xfinity. Restrictions apply. Xfinity Internet required. Savings comparison based on promotional rate for 2 lines of Xfinity Mobile Unlimited versus 2 lines of T-Mobile Experience More, Verizon Unlimited Plus, and AT&T Starter as of February 10th, 2026. Taxes, fees, extra.
Hi, I'm Lacey, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. And yes, I'm actually a jeweler. I bring dream engagement rings to life every day in our jeweler workshop. When I hand set your diamond into your ring, I think about creating a piece you'll wear for a lifetime. I pay attention to the smallest details and treat every ring with the same care and craftsmanship, no matter the size or price. Come see us in store. Shane Company engagement rings are crafted with care from our hands to yours. Because a friend wants your ring to be nothing short of perfect. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
There's nothing like the sound of Royals baseball. When the boys in blue take the field, loyal fans tune in, turn it up, and stay connected. And where do Kansas City's most passionate sports fans gather? Right here on 96.5 The Fan. Sports fans are loyal fans. They support the teams they love and the businesses that support their team. If you're ready to grow your business and connect with a dedicated, engaged audience, call 816-522-0444 or email greg.bergen@odyssey.com. That's greg.bergen@odyssey.com.
Low testosterone can be a real problem for many men. It causes poor sleep patterns, decreased energy, low sex drive, and it makes it really hard to stay in shape. And as we all know, a healthy body is very important to our overall health and well-being. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and if some or all of these symptoms sound like you, we can likely help you be done with low T. We can also help you lose weight, support your metabolism, improve your gains in the gym, and more with our new targeted body composition plans featuring GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1s, PDA, and more. Our low T protocols, applied in conjunction with our body composition plans, will help most men see real improvements, true weight loss, higher energy, improved sleep, stronger workouts, and a renewed sex drive as well. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on treatment the same day, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com.
Physiotherapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
Max Minute on Twitter and Instagram every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. 96.5 The Fan, KFNZ FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, and Odyssey Sports Station.
8 o'clock hour, after hours, Jay Binkley, Julio Sanchez. Things are getting tight with North Carolina and VCU. Tied at 75 each. Looked like North Carolina was going to have the final shot until a turnover. It'll be VCU with 2.4 seconds left with a final shot.
And then VCU peed their pants, turned the ball over. North Carolina did end up with the final shot. But missed. So we're going into overtime.
Okay, OT now.
Yep,
okay.
We're in OT now.
So we're in OT now with 5 minutes of OT with VCU and North Carolina, 75 each there. Michigan pulling away from Howard. They're up 77-62. About 11 minutes left, Julio. You know how this can change fast.
Yeah.
With 3-point shots. Texas 57, BYU 49.
BYU, man.
13
is supposed to be the man. What's happening?
Yeah, 13-23, 59-49 now. Still a little over 13 minutes in the second half in that one. Texas A&M 48, St. Mary's 31. It's a 10-7 matchup. The 10 actually over the 7 at this point. 48-31, still 13-44 in the second for that. Penn and Illinois later tonight. St. Louis and Georgia later tonight. Kennesaw State and Gonzaga later tonight. Idaho and Houston later tonight. Some of the finals already done. Duke 71. Siena 65. Duke got everything that they wanted from Siena in this game. I mean, every day down by 13 points originally.
Yeah.
But Michigan State 92, North Dakota State 67. Michigan State always the darling of brackets. People love picking. Of course, I do too. And I'm always let down by Michigan State at some point because I always have them going extremely far. Nebraska 76, Troy 47. Significant because it's Nebraska's first ever
craziness
NCAA tournament win. 1-8 now.
Crazy.
Arkansas 97, Hawaii 78 in a 4-13 matchup. High Point, the big upset, 12-5 upset was there. High Point 83, Wisconsin 82, Vanderbilt 78, McNeese 68, Louisville 83, South Florida 79, TCU in a minor upset over the Ohio State University 66-64. You know what's going to happen tomorrow is, don't you?
What's that?
I guarantee it's going to happen. You can play bingo with this even. Someone's going to come into your work, and they're going to complain about their brackets. Either that or you're hitting up your in a group text right now telling you their brackets are busted. Well, there's a chance a lot of people's brackets are busted.
Yeah, that's how the game's played.
And not just yours, but you're going to hear it tomorrow. You probably heard it already. I've already heard it already.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, my brackets are busted. Well, this is what happens. This is what happens every year. It's like saying winter's cold. I mean, it's something that's going to – this winter, you could probably say it's still pretty warm, but which it has been. It's going to be 90 this weekend. It's crazy. But you softening your stance now, Julio, at 9 with receivers, considering you got 29 now, and you got 40 now, and you have a third round, and you get 74, and you've got a fourth round, and you've got 3 fifth rounds, and a sixth round. So, again, there are picks to play with. Now, for a team that only had 6, now they have 9 because they got that comp thrown in here into the fifth round. So 9 picks now for the Kansas City Chiefs. They could end up being more. They did give up a 2027 sixth-rounder for Justin Fields. But, again,
it was worth it.
Yeah, because they had to have a backup quarterback because that was one thing there was actually a need for the Kansas City Chiefs with that when Minshew left and went to Arizona. That was a need for the Chiefs to do. But 27 draft is loaded. You got to kind of try to get picks for 27. That's fine. I understand they had to do it, but you want to start adding those picks for 27 because that draft is going to be a lot better than this one.
Well, for the amount that they're paying for Justin Fields, it was worth it for a backup because paying Gardner Minshew $8-9 million,
no,
craziness.
And Justin Fields, again, he's 6'2", right about 230 pounds. Never had great coaching. He's, of course, now. And it was different. He wants to be a starter, always has been, but he come to a certain point.
He wanted to come here, though.
Yeah, he did.
He wanted to come.
It was one of the teams that he would have gone to. And, of course, being with Andy Reid, being with Patrick Mahomes, things are different. You look at your career, and you think, what can happen to you? Can you get Minshew money after spending 1 year behind Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes? Because it's a good career move for someone that kind of wants to hit that reset button. He just turned 27 this month. This March, he turned 27. He's ran for 1143 in a season 4 at the quarterback position. That was the record for quarterbacks rushing until it was beaten by Lamar Jackson as far as running for quarterbacks. But actually, you know what he does, and this is funny, he does have more yards in a season than Kenneth Walker's ever had.
I heard that stat. That's a little crazy, but I mean that's what, like, again, you know, like you said, that's what he's known for. The problem is, look, making a backup. Making yourself a career backup is not a bad way to make a living in the NFL. The problem is he's known for running, right? And you can't be a backup. Eventually your legs are going to go. His problem is being able to see the field. So if you're going to make a living as a backup, I mean, what better place to come than here to kind of learn how to read the field a little bit better?
And he will be used as a piece. I know people don't want to see it necessarily.
You think they put some special packages or something in?
I think so.
You think so?
I think you have that kind of talent there. And keep in mind, he's going to be a quarterback a lot, taking a ton of reps through OTAs and even through a lot of training camp probably and even through the preseason until Pat's ready to 100% go. And I do think Pat is on a good trajectory, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because you don't count him out. I mean, there's one guy you just never count. He had a surgery the next day.
He's a recovery physical freak.
Yeah. And the other thing, too, is there's 2 moves, really, to me. When Travis Kelce agreed to come back and take less money, you're not expecting Mahomes to be gone 4 to 5 games.
Right.
He doesn't come back if Mahomes misses a month.
I fully expect him to be back week 1.
He's got $15 million on the table. More money than he's making now to be tight end. He's got on the table to sit in a studio at CBS. He's got the money. He's got a billionaire wife he's going to be marrying here. He's got hundreds of millions of dollars in the bank. He's coming back because he loves football. That's one good thing. And 2, the Justin Fields signing, because even though he's got 53 starts in the NFL going forward, I don't think that's a guy you want to be a starter 4 to 5 games.
No.
You want to develop him. But to have that kind of talent and those kind of options, to have a quarterback, there that can throw the ball, run the ball, do a lot of different things. There's a lot of kind of trick plays that they can. It'd be tough to leave that kind of talent always on the sideline, especially for as much as they like trick plays. They love them.
Maybe they can sign him like you were saying. Maybe they sign him to a couple years worth of a contract and flip him for a couple draft picks.
So we did our 2.0. We did 1.0.
Yes, I've been waiting for this. I'm curious.
Kind of right when the Chiefs were just out of the playoffs, kind of before the combine. So we waited for after the combine. First pick is still the same. Mekhi Lemon, maybe. Mekhi Lemon.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
However, things change. Pick 29, TJ Parker, the edge out of Clemson.
All right.
So we got edge there at 29. Because, again, I like the second wave of edges, like I do a lot of the receivers, the second wave of receivers. Christian Miller, who's been in 2 mocks that we've done now. He's the defensive lineman for Georgia. could play nose. Of course, they bring in Tonga that plays about 40-45% of the snaps at nose. Miller can do that as well. He's also really a 3-tech. He's even slid out and played 5 and 7 for Georgia. Very versatile defensive lineman. So, the second and third pick of the Chiefs, 29 and 40 weed. I'm going defense.
I like it.
We had him addressing tight end, Max Clare, who had kind of a downer year at Ohio State. He was a transfer in there from Purdue. And Max Clare is really got a lot of talent. He was underutilized, but of course you're going to be when you have Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith.
Right.
You know, at wide receivers, you're not going to get as much. So we did address tight end because I still think it is something they need to be concerned about for tight end too. They love to throw to tight end too. And Max Clare is the type of guy that can catch that ball a lot because Noah Gray hasn't really shown that. Kind of took a step back last year. Then back to defense. Round 4, Will Lee, the corner. Will Lee the third, the corner out of A&M.
Waiting for that.
So Will Lee the third. Michael Taft, the safety out of Texas in round 5, the first pick. The second pick in the 5th round, Kevin Coleman, the wide receiver from Missouri. He's undersized, but he can return the ball as well. He's a returner as well, so you get the returnability and wide receiver. We went Tyrone Montgomery, too. He's a D3 guy who really started the Senior Bowl. Wasn't at the Combine, but again, it's the diamond in the rough type of guys you can get.
Yeah.
Had over 1,500 yards last year, 119 catches. Great receiver. Again, he had a great Senior Bowl. We got him in the end of the 5th round there. And Devonta Smith, the cornerback out of Notre Dame in round 6. So we did go defense with the second, the third pick. 5 of the 9.
I'd give it a B.
So 5 of the 9. I think that's a Pro Football Focus gave us.
Yeah, is that what they gave you?
Yeah, but 5 of the 9 are defense.
Yeah, no. Well, and they need to reload on defense. They need to get younger on defense. That's 100% correct.
But we hit safety. I know they bring in Alohi Gilman, at safety, but that's always a prime position with the Chiefs, especially guys that can come on the line of scrimmage, that physical style. Like Noel Williams, really, when you redraft this draft, a lot of times he's seen as a first-rounder type guy now, even though they get him in the 3rd. So when you have that text line, who'd I pick at 9? It was Mekhi Lemon.
Yeah, let me ask you, who went before Mekhi that you ended up drafting Mekhi Lemon? Was Tate gone?
Tate was gone.
Edge rushers all gone.
And Bain was gone as well. And Bailey were gone. Yeah. But again, with Ruben Bain, and I know that people aren't as worried about his numbers. And the pro day is still coming up for Miami. Hasn't been done yet. NFL people are supposed to be, quote, measuring them at their pro days. But it is interesting to me. The guy's arms grow from the combine to the pro days. They do. And if you don't think there's home cooking involved in it, then explain to me why 43 of the 46 offensive linemen from last year's draft arms grew from the combine to the pro day. 43 of 46 guys, arms measured longer than it was at the combine.
Well, they're growing boys, The young, strapping, growing boys,
Just a bunch of pull-ups, and you sit there and dangling for a while, get those arms to
That's right.
get longer.
The old torture machine.
But again, as I said, Bain, like Love, you look at the situations. There's another first-round pick in Messidor on that same defensive line, on the other edge. Who's getting the most attention? Messidor led Miami in sacks, not Ruben Bain. From weeks 3 through 10, Ruben Bain had 1.5 sack. That was it. There was a stretch of 6 games where he had half a sack. That was it. So, yeah, he had a big game against A&M where he had 3 sacks, disappeared in the Ole Miss game, had a sack in the championship game, but he wasn't always there consistently every single game like he'd want. And the Chiefs don't need that. They don't need a guy to star, against the Chargers and then disappear against the Broncos. They don't need that.
You sound like a big Ruben Bain hater.
Not a Ruben Bain hater. I'm just saying, in the arm length, it would be the shortest arms drafted in the last 26 years.
Yeah, that is
27
that
years.
is a glaring stat that concerns me.
And Andy Reid does look at that. I mean, his offensive linemen, especially, he loves the arm length. 34 inches is what he drafts tackles at. The only one shorter was Josh Simmons at 33, but he typically sits there on 34. But we did address defense going forward. And again, would I be totally blown away if they went offensive line at 9? No, because at 29, you better get a receiver at that point in the first round. Because the second wave of receivers is actually pretty good.
Yeah, but
and
do you think
so are edges.
I was going to say, do you have to go receiver or do you have to go edge at that point?
You could do edge at that point.
You have to go edge.
Zion Young will be sitting around there. Gabe Jackas from Illinois. There's certain guys, Derek Moore from Michigan. These other guys, these other edges will be sitting there probably at 29 they can still get. So they can still get some quality. And again, we're going to look at this first round in 2 years and just look at maybe a couple guys that are actually any good.
That are going to be
just like when Kyle
players.
Hamilton was drafted. You look at that first round, you think, okay, there's Kyle Hamilton, Aiden Hutchinson from 22, and there's nobody else.
What's the deepest position in the draft this year?
It depends. I like edge. And I think corner probably.
Corner
edge. I think quality corners could be gotten at 29 too. If you wanted to get it earlier than we did in the fourth, you could go corner in that direction as well. But we went edge at 29 because I do think the biggest needs are wide receiver and edge.
Agreed. Yep.
I'll agree with you on that. I still think they need quality at wide receiver though.
Yeah, well, you're an offensive guy, and there's nothing wrong with that.
No, I'm a defensive guy, but I'm just looking at the wide receiver group and thinking, all right, this.
Well, you're always the one preaching. You got to throw multiple darts each year at that position.
And we threw 3.
Yeah.
You got to rebuild the wide receiver room. Now, here's the one thing, Julio. Do you remember Orlando Brown when he was traded by the Chiefs, right? You know, they got him from a rival in the Ravens who took a step back after they actually moved him. They weren't good for a couple of years. And the Chiefs didn't have an option at left tackle. Remember, they'd been beat by the Buccaneers, the pass rush. They needed to fix the offensive line. They didn't know what to do at left tackle. They tried to get Trent Williams, and he re-signed with San Francisco at that point. And they didn't have any other choices because all the tackles at the end of the first round ended up either being guard or out of the league, like an Alex Leatherwood type guy or Sam Cosmi or Liam Eichenberg. All these guys that you thought that were mocked to the Chiefs because they needed a tackle. Chiefs were like, nah, they're not good enough. We need to make a trade. And they swung for Orlando Brown. Love him or hate him, he did win a Super Bowl with him. And Super Bowl 57, they did not let up any sacks to the number 1 sacking team in the NFL. Remember, they wore the shirts at the parade?
Yeah.
No sacks given up. But they had to get that. So my thing is this. Would it be out of the equation? Would it be out of the question for the Chiefs to actually trade for a veteran receiver? If Andy Reid, in his philosophy with rookie wide receivers, and the only way that you're going to get a quality veteran receiver is to make a move for one and then still draft at least 2 wide receivers in the draft to kind of fill that room up, is that something you'd be willing to do? I think, honestly, like an Orlando Brown type move for a receiver could still be on the table for the Chiefs. I firmly believe they could still make a move in getting a wide receiver when it gets closer to draft time here.
Quick update, 4.2 seconds. VCU up 80-78, and they have the ball. So potential upset here.
We'll let you know the scores, what's going on when we come back.
You're listening to After Hours, brought to you by AB May. Trust AB May to keep your home warm. For 0% interest for 72 months on select heating and cooling systems, call 913-732-9993 today. This is your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5, The Fan.
Some things just go together, like peanut butter and jelly, or a Casey's spicy chicken sandwich and a 49-cent medium fountain drink, or a Casey's breakfast sandwich and a 49-cent fountain drink, or even Casey's limited-time hot ham and Swiss sliders and a 49-cent fountain drink. You get the idea. It's not crazy. It's Casey's. See store for details.
Calling all college hoops fans. Make your next bet during March matchups at BetMGM go even further with an odds boost token. Simply add any tournament bet to your bet slip and activate your odds boost token. If that bet hits, you'll walk away with a higher payout for a tournament full of unforgettable moments. BetMGM is your sports book for all of it. Enjoy same-game parlays, live betting through all your favorite games, dark mode, and so much more during March matchups. And when there's a break in the tournament action or you're looking to switch things up, check out daily promotions and offers for all your favorite sports. Don't miss your chance at a bigger March matchup score with BetMGM. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Kansas only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary and expire in 7 days. Please gamble responsibly in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
Call Hamilton today for our $79 mainline drain cleaning special. The pros at Hamilton will inspect your drains with video camera technology to pinpoint exactly what is needed to clear those clogs and help prevent expensive drain repairs. The expert technicians at Hamilton are ready 7 days a week to solve your problem the right way, the first time. Over 40 years experience and more than 8,000 five-star reviews are great reasons to trust Hamilton. Visit callhamilton.com/radio for details, terms, and conditions.
License number 2025-11120. Men, we all know how important sex is in a relationship, both for you and your partner. But erectile dysfunction ruins sex, which can often have serious impacts on your relationship as well. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and if ED is a problem in your life, you understand the impacts it has on you and the one you love. But I'm here to tell you that ED is a treatable condition, and almost without exception, you can have really good sex again. At Heartland Men's Health, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men with protocols that are effective in well over 90% of cases, which means if you're like most guys, good sex will be the norm. You could even last up to an hour or more and bring a level of intimacy for you and your partner that might just astound you both. It's time to have really good sex again, so call us. Just $99 gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. We have 3 offices: Overland Park, Independence, and North Kansas City.
Hey, it's Rob Britton from The Drive on 96.5 The Fan, and we're excited to announce the launch of Beyond the Pitch KC, a limited podcast series documenting the run-up to the World Cup with our friends over at 98.1 KMBZ.
And Rob, I'm Scott Parks from Dana and Parks on KMBZ. Beyond the Pitch KC will feature the biggest names who made the World Cup in Kansas City possible, plus the biggest storylines heading into this summer's tournament. This is not a podcast about soccer. Don't get us wrong. This is a podcast about Kansas City. This is a podcast for Kansas City. And this is a podcast that'll tell the story of how our town is hosting the world's biggest sporting event.
New episodes will be released every Wednesday starting on March 4th, as well as video clips that can be seen on 96.5 The Fan and KMBZ's social channels.
Subscribe and download to Beyond the Pitch KC, a limited podcast series with myself, Rob Bretton, on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Kansas City, you need to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can watch all your favorite shows right from your phone, computer, or tablet. Every day, we stream the shows live on YouTube, plus clips from the biggest moments and biggest guests. Hit that subscribe button so 96.5 The Fan goes right to the top of your feed. In your car, on your phone, or on your computer, we are everywhere. This is your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Welcome back to After Hours. Jay Binkley, Julio Sanchez. Oh, we have an upset. Tournament scores brought to you by Busey Bank, the official bank of the Big 12. The VCU Rams, a team that Julio Sanchez counted out.
I did.
North Carolina was up 70-56 once in this game. Down goes North Carolina. They played in South Carolina, I think, too, so a lot of their fans are probably there. But the VCU Rams win in overtime over North Carolina that somehow
peed all down their leg.
Yeah,
they just peed everywhere.
They did. There's they need the pens because they did pee down their leg in that game.
Yes.
So anyway, VCU moves on. They beat North Carolina in the 6-11 upset there. Michigan up 98-70 on Howard. 3 minutes to go in the second. Texas up 8, 70-62, 5:20 left in that game. Texas over BYU at this point. Texas A&M 57, St. Mary's 44, 7 minutes left in the second. On that one, Pennsylvania, Illinois later on, St. Louis and Georgia later on, Kennesaw State and Gonzaga, Idaho, Houston later tonight. Idaho, Houston, the late game at 9:10 on True TV. So make sure
you're staying up to watch that game.
I will.
No, thank you.
I have nothing else to do.
Yeah, fall asleep to it, you know.
Earlier today, Duke struggled with Siena. 116. They win 71-65. Michigan State wins 92-67 over North Dakota State. Nebraska gets their first ever NCAA tournament win. You heard that right. Their first ever NCAA tournament win. They win 76-47 over Troy. Arkansas 97, Hawaii 78. Big rivals there between Arkansas and Hawaii. High Point upsets Wisconsin 83-82. Drew Nixon's very upset. Alex Gold rocking the High Point jersey at.
Got to listen to that show tomorrow, right?
Oh yeah,
just for that.
At the live show tomorrow too, International Tap House, and then Vanderbilt 78, McNeese 68, Louisville 83, South Florida 79, and TCU 66, Ohio State 64, the home of Cardell Tate. They win 66.
Future Chiefs wide receiver. No,
maybe. I mean, I don't know. The funniest thing was these combine times, like the national reporters like Schefter and stuff running out, probably getting blown up their phone by agents defending him. What, two guys had him running faster? And again, I always joke.
Why are we still using manual timers? Why?
Those GMs sit up there with a Starbucks in one
dumb.
hand and a stopwatch in the other, right?
Use an electron.
Down on the field, it's electronic start. It's laser. It's timed the whole way. Then they go back and video review it. It's the most accurate you can have. Someone on Twitter, and I'm paraphrasing here, I can't remember who said it, but it was joking. It said, well, officer, two NFL executives actually had me going 55 and a 65, not 85 like you did. So.
I like it.
Believe it or not, that's where they had me going, was there. But the NCAA tournament rolls on, and now I just lost it, Julio. I have to get it back. I have to get it back at the break. My game's it was inactivity. Due to inactivity, I didn't push the button fast enough.
That's what you got your phone for,
That does suck, man. The inactivity.
Yeah. Yep. The mouse mover.
By the way, college football, going to be some new rules as well. I don't know if you saw this earlier. This is going to make news as well. According to Brett McMurphy, the NCAA changed targeting penalty for 2026. Players ejected now for targeting for the first time in a season can play in the next game. Remember, if they were targeted, thrown out in the first, they would have to miss the second. Or if you're thrown out in the second, you had to miss the first half. I agree with you. You had to miss the second or the first half of the next game. But a second targeting offense, so you've been called for it earlier this season, you get called for it again, then you miss the first half of the next game.
I'm not sure I like that either.
And nobody was ejected 3 times for it last year, but your third targeting ejection warrants 1 full game suspension.
Just go with after the third, just the one. What are we doing?
If you're doing it 3 times,
then you need to. Then you're out of game. But what are we doing with a half game thing? I'm glad. That's just dumb.
I mean, it's again, they can't stop. It's like the whole thing about defensive linemen falling on the quarterback. A lot of times they can't contort their body to fall just perfectly.
2 times I think can be an accident.
Because Chris Jones got called for that once, and it was a joke.
The third time, okay, the third time it's an issue. You miss a game, but come on, half a game. What are we doing here?
But not only that, but it could be you could have replacement refs making these calls. The NFL, according to ESPN, NFL seeks list of possible replacement refs if CBA not reached between the refs and the NFL. Remember we had the refs strike a couple years ago? Everybody wanted them coming back. And then, of course, they came back and everybody complained about the refs, but that's what we do. But the NFL, according to ESPN here, laying groundwork for hiring replacement officials this season if the league is unable to agree on a new CBA with the NFL Referees Association. According to the emails, the league is looking for a list of about 150 mostly small college officials by the end of the weekend.
You think right? This is a negotiating tactic.
I think
right?
This is a scare tactic. You're like,
yeah.
What? We're going to have low-level college officials now in the NFL?
Yeah, I don't know that they'll actually go through with that.
These guys that are pros can't even figure out what a catch is or not. We want this to happen with officials. And some of them are full-time. A lot of them are still part-time. And I always joke about it because I pulled up that list where the actual NFL, what their actual jobs are. And it's a whole bunch of like lawyers and, nonprofit CEOs. Yep. There's some school principals and all this. They're jobs outside of being NFL officials. I always thought they should all be full-time anyway.
Yep.
And that should be any kind of CBA. Like you work for the NFL. think about the millions.
It's not like they can't afford it, man.
Think about the billions of dollars
exactly.
in the NFL. The billions of dollars they get now for the 5 games they're able to offer on streaming services now, all the international games they're playing. Think about the money that's gambled on the NFL, which they've embraced now. They've embraced it now. And the money gambled, the money you pay the players, and to have it officiated by people that don't know the rules. And you're going to tell me small college officials are going to be able to do it if the refs can't agree. And the real refs aren't good anyway, great anyway. Everybody thinks they're for the Chiefs, right, 100%.
Yeah.
But have them be full-time. And then you go to classes. And then you go speak to the team. They go to speak to teams now, but you go speak to them more. Or you learn what a catch is. You learn the NFL rules inside now. You're a full-time employee. Remember, they pay these guys 6 figures. They're paid well anyway for, quote, a part-time job. Make it a full-time job. If they don't want to do it, and they want to go back to their law firm or they want to go back to a nonprofit
They
CEO,
need to move on.
see you, man.
Yep.
Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
But if they make it that far down the road where they're having small-time college officials in NFL games, I mean, all leverage moves to the refs, the refs association. I mean,
there's so much money at stake, man.
How long are they going to be able to just run these guys out and blow games before they have to be like, okay, what do you want?
I
mean, come on.
You got millions of dollars.
Yeah, there's too much money on the line
from
for that.
wins and losses, and a lot of NFL games are decided, by 3 points, by field goals at the end.
Do we know what their big dispute is? What the gap is here on what they're asking for versus what the NFL is willing to do?
The whole list of their grievances don't exactly know what all they're looking for. The NFL did use replacement officials in 2012, criticized by coaches and players. A source told ESPN's Adam Schefter earlier this month that frustration is mounting among owners over the state of negotiations with the ref.
I don't even know what that means.
There's not making the playoffs. There's millions of dollars at stake by officials' calls because nobody likes officiating. Nobody likes the officiating.
Billions of dollars.
The NFL said last year in a memo that it remained focused on implementing changes to the agreement. It will improve the performance of our game officials, increase accountability, which at this point they have none, and ensure that the highest performing officials are officiating our highest profile games. Well, that's not going to be your low-level college officials list that you're putting together. The NFL Referees Association wants to, quote, roll back the league's access to working with game officials. I always thought they should be, and they do. There's a pool reporter and stuff that goes talk to them, but they don't hold press conference or why they made a certain call. So
they need to be held when they go full time and you're getting paid as a full time employee.
Yeah,
I feel like you should be able to be held accountable.
I mean,
this is your job.
They fly in good seats. They stay in nice hotels. They eat nice meals. I mean, the NFL takes care of them, and there's billions of dollars at stake. We'll take a time when we come back, Julio. You know it's starting Major League Baseball, right? And with Major League Baseball, new food items come out to stadiums. The top food items coming out in Major League Baseball this year.
You're listening to After Hours, brought to you by AB May. Trust AB May to keep your home warm. For 0% interest for 72 months on select heating and cooling systems, call 913-732-9993 today. This is your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5, The Fan.
You're always better with a roof from JR.
Here they come. A baseball-sized hailstorm means every roofer for 500 miles is on his way here to ring your doorbell. Before that happens, go online to jrstormcheck.com and relax. JR & Company is locally owned, veteran-owned, and family-owned. JR & Company offers a lifetime warranty on workmanship. But best of all, JR & Company offers a free Class 4 shingle upgrade. What does that mean? Most insurance companies offer premium discounts on Class 4 shingles. Remember, no roofer can legally offer to pay your deductible, but a free shingle upgrade can reduce premiums for years to come. Why do we do this? Because we can. A lifetime workmanship warranty and free shingle upgrade. It's why we say,
You're always better with a roof from JR.
Just visit jrstormcheck.com.
When shopping for a new auto insurance policy, AAA could help you customize your coverage to fit your unique needs and budget. Trust AAA Auto Insurance to help you find the balance that works for you. See how a simple switch could make a big difference. AAA, we're always with you. Visit AAA.com/insurance. Insurance provided to qualified AAA members by Automobile Club Inter-Insurance Exchange and AAA affiliate insurers. Membership requires a separate payment.
Sex, intimacy, love. These three things are critical to a good relationship, and that's the problem with erectile dysfunction. It often destroys sexual enjoyment and intimacy. It stresses the love between partners, often to the breaking point. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and if you're suffering with ED, you likely know exactly what I'm talking about. But I also want you to know that ED doesn't have to impact your relationship anymore. At Heartland Men's Health, we're ED experts with our focus on men's sexual health. We've treated tens of thousands of men and have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases. I promise you, if you're like most guys, you can get your sex life back, perhaps even performing like you haven't in years. So if ED is affecting you, it's time to get back to better sex, better intimacy, and deeper love. Call us. Just $99 gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com.
Fast breaks, buzzer beaters, and block parties are back, and Underdog is the best place to get in on all of the action. And right now, you can make entries and win money in Missouri. And playing on Underdog is so easy. Just choose whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats, like points and rebounds, steals, and more. And once you get your entries right, you could win up to 5,000 times your cash. And playing on Underdog is awesome. I love it. So many basketball games going on over the next couple of weeks. How far is Kansas going to go? Is Duke the best team out there? Maybe you believe in Arizona. Download the app today and use promo code BOB to score $50 in bonus entries when you play your first $5 with promo code BOB. Underdog, make plays and win money. Must be 18 and over and present in Missouri. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-MY-RESET or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Baseball is back. Opening night is one exclusive game, and it's live on Netflix. On Wednesday, March 25th, the New York Yankees, led by seven-time All-Star Aaron Judge, head to the Bay Area to face Rafael Devers and the San Francisco Giants. A brand new way to watch Major League Baseball, and it all starts here. MLB opening night, Yankees vs. Giants, live on Netflix, Wednesday, March 25th at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific.
Welcome back to After Hours. Jay Binkley, Julio Sanchez. And that Michigan took care of business against Howard, by the way, so they move on. But the baseball foods, remember it used to be the minor league ballparks had all the great food and stuff?
Yep.
Well, I was looking at a couple of these websites. I was looking for, the best new items in Major League Baseball. In a couple of websites I stumbled upon, Bro Bible and a thing called the Liberty Line. And they've got pictures of the 999 Challenge. Have you heard of this?
I have not. Give it to me.
The 999 Challenge, and you can play the home game. It's recommended more than this. It's good for Dollar Dog Night. I mean, it's perfect for Dollar Dog Night. You have a beer and a hot dog every innings. So you have 9 hot dogs, 9 beers through 9 innings. So
bloated.
When it's first inning, you have 1 hot dog, 1 beer. Second inning, your next beer and a hot dog. It's the 999 Challenge, which has been done. But now teams are doing this, of course, for probably a lot of profit. The Giants are doing it. Other teams have done it in the past. The Phillies have done it. And now the Mets are doing it, right? And these pictures are not full-size hot dogs. I'm sorry, as the article says here, 9 mini hot dogs that are essentially pigs in a blanket with a rebrand. 9 shots of beer served in a container that can only be described as the toddler cup. So smaller beers, no. The best way to do this is go get a full-size beer, at least 12. It's got to be at least 12 ounces, and a full-size hot dog. No mini hot dogs, no pig in a blanket type mini things.
This sounds like death, man.
No shots of a beer.
That's what that sounds like.
A true 999 challenge. Vern does it every game. Except he can't do beer, he does pop.
I'm going to have to roll you out of that damn stadium, whether because you're drunk or you're just too fat at that point after 9 hot dogs.
I could easily do this. It's not even a full beer. It's like a swig.
You think you could? You're talking about
the one that they have there in the box. Okay. I could 100% do this. 100%. But if we're doing a real 9-9 challenge where you put 9 Coors Lights in front of me and
that sounds miserable.
one inning. One inning. You do that. They have that for several
No,
teams.
thank you.
I think it's pretty genius to go ahead and do the 9-9-9. You understand what they're doing?
$300 day.
They're doing it to make money. They're probably selling it. I don't know what they're charging for this, but probably $40-$50. You would think so. This margarita that comes in like a Gatorade type bucket. It's a smaller version of it that the Dodgers are doing, calling it watermelon habanero margarita. They're doing
sounds delicious.
The Diamondbacks are doing several things with their desserts. Even Jason Kelsey was on Twitter saying I need to go to a Diamondbacks game. This dessert they have, but they also have a 128-ounce bucket of nachos.
Oh, that's for the family.
Oh man, I mean this is totally with the fork. It's got the jalapenos
Leave it
on
to
top.
America.
And
you know?
They have the South Side Supreme pizza, Chicago White Sox, obviously a deep dish Chicago pizza. It's a home plate shaped pizza with sausage, Italian beef, peppers, onions at the 300 club level at White Sox game.
Heartburn City, but that sounds damn good.
The Diamondbacks strike again. Like the boomstick. We've all heard of the boomstick at the Texas Rangers game, that ultra long hot dog. Well, they have the Arizona Diamondbacks, a foot-long corn dog. So it's a foot-long hot dog.
Move to Arizona.
Well, it's a corn dog, but it's got, like corn on it, the salsa and all that, stuck on it. So it's got a lot of ingredients on.
Sounds delicious.
On top. The machete from the Miami Marlins. And the machete is 2-foot-long tortilla and comes in its own like carrying case for the machete.
Its own carrying case,
yeah.
huh?
Carne asada, pepper sauce, salsa verde, mozzarella, and Oaxaca cheese, and some cilantro in their, quote, machete. Diamondbacks again, called the Take Me Out to the Ball Game Shake.
What are we doing here?
And this shake.
Arizona.
This shake is the one with the wafers, like the nutty bars on top of it.
Ooh.
It's got the, on the side, it's got Kit Kats, Cracker Jacks, whipped cream, Nutter Butters as well on top of this.
Getting a little food horny.
On top of this ice cream. I'm telling you, man, I'm seeing this, and I'm like, as I'm hungry anyway, doing these night shows, and man, I get real hungry. But the 999 challenge, we should do this some night, Julio.
I could do the mini one.
That'll be your test
I can't do the full. I can't do the full deal. Nah,
that'll
I'm
be
not
your
signing up for
medically
that.
approved test dose.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna have to medically remove me from that stadium if that's the case.
We can do a real 999 challenge.
No, I can't do the real 999. It's all you. I'll be
we don't
there.
want to
I'll
do it
support
here.
you. I'll support you.
I mean, I'll get Uber or something involved in it, and
There's no way. I couldn't do the 9 hot dogs. I couldn't do the 9 beers, let alone together.
you could do probably the 9 dog because the ballpark hot dogs they're not that big.
Yeah.
They're not. The 9 hot dogs, one per inning, man. I mean, if it's a
still
quick
don't know
1,
if
2,
I could
3,
do that. 9 hot dogs is still.
and the pitch clock doesn't help.
Well, and the problem is, if you're doing the 9 hot dogs over 9 innings, like, can you just knock them out and buy 9 hot dogs and just eat them before the end of the game?
I
Or do you
don't
have to
know the
wait?
official rules.
Because if you have to wait, that makes it harder because you're letting your body is filling up slowly. In those food competitions, when they eat them so fast. That's why they can eat so many. When you slow it down like that, that makes it more difficult.
Yeah, we're going to do a 999 challenge.
Dip my hot dog in my beer.
Someone on Twitter was recommending
Slide
I
it
try that.
down.
But again, these are mini hot dogs, man. These don't count. Sorry, this is
That is a bit weak.
Joey Chestnut would scoff at these hot dogs.
I mean, look, I can understand that
Joey'd
with the
be putting
beer
down
things,
200.
but oof.
Great stuff. We'll fill you in more on the NCAA tournament going on as we wrap up the show next.
You're listening to After Hours, brought to you by AB May. Trust AB May to keep your home warm. For 0% interest for 72 months on select heating and cooling systems, call 913-732-9993 today. This is your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
I hope you're sitting down. The ACA Marketplace has announced significant increases on monthly premiums with deductibles over $10,000. You can enroll with Matt B. and KC at BBS Insurance's Freedom of Choice plan now. You don't have to wait. Their plan lets you use any doctor, has 0 outpatient deductibles, and it's 30 to 60% lower costs than most Obamacare plans. Also, there's no income disclosure required. so no potential tax penalties. If you are a small business owner or pay for your own health insurance, you're uninsured, you're on COBRA, or your employer coverage is just too expensive. Call Matt B. in KC for an instant quote over the phone at 816-205-4664. That's 816-205-4664. Or go to bbsinsurance.net. That's bbsinsurance.net. They will customize a plan chosen and managed by you, not the government.
Low testosterone can be a real problem for many men. It causes poor sleep patterns, decreased energy, low sex drive, and it makes it really hard to stay in shape. And as we all know, a healthy body is very important to our overall health and well-being. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and if some or all of these symptoms sound like you, we can likely help you be done with low T. We can also help you lose weight, support your metabolism, improve your gains in the gym, and more with our new targeted body composition plans featuring GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1s, PDA, and more. Our low T protocols, applied in conjunction with our body composition plans, will help most men see real improvements, true weight loss, higher energy, improved sleep, stronger workouts, and a renewed sex drive as well. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on treatment the same day, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com.
Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
I think one of the things that patients don't realize is that when they get a joint replacement, that's not a lifetime treatment option. And they're probably, if they are a younger patient, signing up for multiple surgeries down the road.
As a physician and medical director for QC Kinetics, Dr. Caravelli's seen a pattern of trending joint pain. Prolonged medication, steroids, then surgery, possibly another surgery.
So a lot of our patients are trying to avoid or put off surgery, and this is the treatment that can help them do that.
QC Kinetics extracts your body's healing substances, concentrates them back into your aching joints to help heal and restore those areas, providing lasting relief.
Oh, I love being able to tell my patients, before we do this surgery, let's try another option. Let's see if this is right for you, because now they might not have to have surgery at all.
Call today for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. 816-412-6299.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
The smartest way to spend your money is not to. Straight Talk offers free 5G phones for new and existing customers on Verizon's 5G network. So the refund money I don't spend on that free phone is the refund money I get to keep for my family. Smart.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
Febreze. New Febreze Air Mist has 50% more odor fighters and up to 30% more fragrance than the old formula. So now you can take on 100% more stinky odors, like sweaty gym bags, greasy cooking smells, and the after effects of the dog rolling around in something. Just spray, and new Febreze Air instantly restores just clean freshness. Smell you later, odor.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Welcome back after hours. Jay Binkley, Julio Sanchez. Just talking about during the break, but you can bring food in the Kauffman Stadium, provided it's individual portions packed in a clear 1 gallon
AKA
plastic
Subway
bag
from across the street.
I don't know if you can bring your own hot dogs in or not, but you can buy the beers there. Again, this is a very expensive thing to go do.
You don't get anything from it either. It's not like you get a T-shirt or your name on the wall or anything, right? You just get the
Nah, you're cool amongst your
bragging
friends,
rights, right? I guess.
Or your wife would probably be pissed.
I'm not that cool. Yeah.
But these teams are doing it. They can make a lot of money on this because somebody's going to see it and say, "Oh, you can do that, Joe. You can do that. Guarantee you can do it." I'm so hungry right now. I could probably do the 999 challenge.
I cannot.
The Mets game, Citi Field, in 2026. A quick AI search here says approximately $60. It's
For what?
It features
For one round?
This is from AI. It features 9 mini Nathan's hot dogs, which they didn't look full size, and 9 4-ounce souvenir cups of beer, Coors Light or Heineken. 4 ounce. That's a third of a beer, man. 4 ounces. That's not much, man.
No, that's not.
I mean, 3 innings. That's 1 full beer. So essentially, you're only drinking 3 full beers if you went the whole 9 innings.
I don't imagine their lawyers would appreciate them condoning 9 full beers by the time the game ends.
I mean, if this is true, think about it. And the glasses did look small. The beer did look small. Think about this, though. That's essentially, Julio, 3 beers and 9 mini hot dogs. That's
certainly doable.
That's not for $60.
That's actually not a bad, not a bad deal, actually. Sign me up, actually.
A true $9.99. You get the full-size hot dogs, the buns, full 12 ounces of beer. Because this is only drinking technically 3 beers. Come on, man. Hey,
Child's play.
You know how many people go out to the K and drink at least 3 beers? Like quickly, because they'll drink, 24-ounce beers, 2 beers, and boom, gone. And there is nothing, and I mean nothing better than a warm day at a baseball stadium,
and
watching the
beer.
Kansas City Royals with cold beer, hot dog. I mean, you don't have to even get the fancy stuff, just a hot dog, some nachos, maybe a pretzel, a dip, or whatever. There is nothing that beats that.
Agreed.
I mean, that is fun. But no, these items used to be you had to go to minor league ballparks to get the, good creative food. But now people can get it wherever. Again, this makes me excited. Julio, about baseball. And I'm really hungry right now. And this does not help.
Yeah, I'm stopping somewhere after this to get something to
You
eat.
always do.
Yeah.
You always do. You always make your stops as soon as you're going. No games going on right now, by the way. Texas did end up beating BYU 79-71. Texas A&M won by 13 over St. Mary's, so a 10-7 upset in that game. As far as tonight's slate, Penn and Illinois get going here in about 2 minutes. Kennesaw State and Gonzaga at about 9:20. About 9:10 will be Idaho and Houston, and St. Louis and Georgia in the Midwest going about 9:10 will be the start time on that one. So there's going to be plenty of opportunity for me to do 999 challenge.
But you should try and tackle that
I should have
tonight.
done this for the WBC.
There you go. Well, opening day is next week, It's right around the corner. It gives you time to warm up,
Well, the text line asked is they said there's the food shut down in the 7th inning. 'Cause I know beer does, but does food do as well? So, but this would be a box of it, so you'd have everything already. And these dogs are probably going to get cold because if you're buying everything at once, can you imagine by the 9th inning how cold?
That's good because you can just eat it. You don't have to wait and do one every inning.
And that
You
beer,
can just
honestly,
knock it out at
you'd
once.
be about the 4th inning or 3rd inning already be done.
Yeah, sounds about right. For you,
That's
anyways.
$60 well spent, right, Julio?
Something like that.
Oh, man. Good stuff by you, Julio Sanchez. I'm glad you're coming around to wide receiver. Not really, but I'm glad in theory you are. Anyway, you have fun tonight. Thank you. It was good seeing you. Good to hear Vern. We'll hear Vern once again next Thursday, right before opening day against the Atlanta Braves. So, hey, thanks for listening tonight. Appreciate it. Back tomorrow night.
You're listening to After Hours, brought to you by AB May. Trust AB May to keep your home warm for 0% interest for 72 months on